Welcome to the party, pal. Your friendly neighborhood Master Chaos back with you once again. The eyes of Hollywood are upon you. I'm here in Burbank. This AMC is opened. Oh yeah. Movie theaters are finally open in Los Angeles. And tickets are being sold. And things are moving towards a positive direction when it comes to movie lovers everywhere. By the way, Christopher Nolan was here a few days ago watching a movie. Cool. Right across from that AMC is a statue of a hero in honor of Zack Snyder's Justice League. I wanted to pay my respects to the big man here, Batman, overseeing Burbank for what it's worth. And while we're here with Batman, let's talk about another one of my heroes, Jackie Chan. This is Dragons Are Forever, the 88Films release, co-starring Sammo Hung, directed by Sammo Hung, and co-starring Yuen Biao. This is a more modern Jackie movie than I've reviewed in the past, but it's equally good, not as good in my opinion. I don't love Jackie from this era, although a lot of his most familiar movies are from this era. I do love Police Story and things like that, but Dragons Are Forever, the plot is kind of, it's okay. You're really here just for the fights. Jackie plays a lawyer who's, wrapping this little wormy-looking dude in a case against these ladies, and finds out that the wormy-looking dude is a bad dude, and he has to team up with his little karate buddies to teach the bad guys a lesson, who are making, basically they're running a heroin factory that's running a fishery, a fish sanctuary kind of thing, and is ruining the water and the local fish. And so Jackie and his pals must team up and kick ass. The fights in here are insane, as you would expect. Great fights, good action sequences. Of course, I mean, if there wouldn't be good action sequences, this would be kind of a pointless movie. But this is also a kind of romantic comedy. There's a lot of romantic comedy in this movie, which to me sort of unbalances the feeling of the movie. I was watching this with Little Master and he got bored. But I enjoyed the movie overall. I don't know that I'll be rewatching it very often. Look at all these special features. Feel free to pause and read at your leisure. I watched Cyclone Z, the longest cut of the movie, 98 minutes, with the outtakes at the end credits and things like that. Beautiful, great restoration here by 88Films. This is Region B, FYI. If you like Jackie, if you like modern age Jackie, you're gonna like Dragons Are Forever, or Dragons Are Forever. Dragons Forever. I was thinking of my movie, Corpses Are Forever. I enjoyed the movie overall, but it's probably something I won't rewatch in a while, until maybe I forget what it's about, and then I'll dig it out and watch it. But overall, I liked it, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite release. I'm gonna give it 3 stars, because it has a hell of a fight at the end and a couple of fun little fights throughout, but nothing super hard-hitting, just more like a fun, goofy, Jackie-style slapstick fighting. But overall, a fun watch. Why don't we do a little nerd shopping at Halo 13.
Not sure if this is new, but it caught my eye. Check this out. Candyman, Farewell to the Flesh edition. How cool is this? I love the coat. I love that chest piece with the bees and the mouth full of bees. Great stuff. I had no idea they made a Candyman toy. I love it. Not a bad price. Turtles are back. Turtles in Time, to be exact. This is Slash. I think they only had Slash in stock. There's a foot soldier as well. I assume they have the rest of the Turtles somewhere, but just not at Halo 13. Go for $30 there. Not too bad. I love all these little mystery boxes. The kids love these too. They've got Ghostbusters, Doctor Who. They even got Edward frickin' Scissorhands. I don't know who this yellow guy is. I don't know if anybody can tell me who the hell that is. They have Mad Max, Fury Road, and the Quentin Tarantino collection. Quite figuratively. Here's the Pulp Fiction stuff. Here's a bloody Bruce Willis, and the Kill Bill edition. And tell me if I'm not wrong, but that's Quentin Tarantino, right? That's exactly Tarantino. Check this out. I didn't know that this was re-released. These look amazing. There's a Panther, the Battle Cat, or Savage Cat, I guess. Land Shark. I do not remember this toy from back in the day. The Land Shark? As we speed off to our next location, let's discuss the Indicator Powerhouse release of Torture Garden. This is a Amicus production. It is a anthology film, and it is wonderful. Never seen this one before, but I love the cover. I love the cast. Jack Palance, Burgess Meredith, hamming it up like a rock star. And Peter Cushing in a little cameo role, really, directed by Freddie Francis. Fantastic movie overall. Gosh, what a winner. I love Torture Garden. I highly recommend it. What you have here is essentially 4 stories with kind of a wraparound twist story. And it is great. Just great. I think there's so many. They're all very unique. Written by Robert Bloch, of course, the writer of Psycho. They're all great. My favorite one, there's one about a greedy dude who runs afoul of a witchy cat. There's one about a girl who will do anything for fame. I don't want to get into it, but she'll do anything for fame. We'll leave it at that. Really good stuff. The stories could be a little goofy, but I think the actors really sell it. There's one about a killer piano as well. I think the actors really sell it. They really make it believable. Tons of special features on here. What I'll do is I'll just show you real quick, and just feel free, let me get the focus going here. Feel free to pause and read at your leisure. That's the features, amazing features. Kim Newman has a little 25-minute documentary, a featurette interview talking about Torture Garden. Amazing movie, amazing release here from Indicator. It looks glorious, 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 fantastic, gorgeous, clean movie. I loved it. Probably one of my favorite anthology movies. I think Amicus makes my favorite anthology movies overall. I really enjoy their stuff, so I'm going to get as many Amicus as I can. Okay, that's Torture Garden. I highly recommend this from Indicator. Off to our next location. Before it goes out of style, I'm going to grab myself a Shamrock Shake, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, they got Ray and the Last Dragon toys. Okay, cool. Awesome, thank you. And voila, a thing of beauty, the Shamrock Shake. Boy, am I gonna miss it. Oh, gotta go. Currently winding my way through LA traffic, heading off to our next location. But while I do that, why don't we discuss Bloodstalkers here from Garage House Pictures. This was a pleasant surprise. But what the hell, Garage House? Why would you put a spoiler on the back of the box? I'm not going to show you the box because it does give away a huge spoiler in the movie. A certain death that you didn't see coming. And it's unfortunate, but I'm not going to show you the back. Don't worry, I will not spoil it. Bloodstalkers, what is this? This is a lost 70s Everglades set killer hillbilly movie, and it is fantastic. This reminded me a lot of Whiskey Mountain by William Griffey, but I thought this was way better than the Whiskey Mountain. It moves faster, it's creepier, it's bloodier, and the ending, I think, is just as intense. This is equal parts swamp monster, crazed hillbillies, and revenge movie. And it is fantastic. Fantastic. I cannot recommend it enough. If you don't have any Garage House Pictures releases, I suggest you start with Bloodstalkers. I think you're going to love it. It is a wonderful movie. It has a performance by Kenny Miller here. This guy right there, I met him at a convention a long time ago. He's an old school actor. I forget the movies that he was in. They were like black and white movies. I think he was in Giant Gila Monster or something like that. But he was in a lot of those old, kind of older monster movies. And here, essentially the plot is a whole bunch, well, let's say 2 couples, 40-somethings, head to a shack in the woods that is owned by the dude on the cover there, the dude with the kind of goofy face. And the shack is patronized by some would-be creatures known as Bloodstalkers that don't want them to inhabit that shack, that little cabin. Great movie, really suspenseful. It
takes its time to set up characters, but honestly, after the 30-minute mark, it goes off on a wild run, and it's very exciting. Very surprised by Bloodstalkers. This is my pick of the episode, by the way. The must-get of the episode is right here, Bloodstalkers. Okay, off to our next location. This new sitting area is new. I like that. It's a new development. That's great. Socially distanced dining. Things are getting back on track. I was gonna go to a media store, only to discover that they lied to me. Media City Jewelers, and of course next to it, Media Time. That has nothing to do with physical media. I know that now. Weird names for stores. A jewelry store and a watch store with media in their title. That's very odd, very disappointing. But there is a Dairy Queen with an orange Julius in the center. Maybe I'll return for that later. Next time. Okay, we're about to roll up on the post office. I've got to drop off a couple packages, but before we get to that errand, let's discuss something quite unique. Hollywood Horror House. Now, I say unique, but it almost seems to fit into a sub-genre of horror films that have been done to death. Think Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, a little bit of Sunset Boulevard. Hollywood Horror House is the cheapo exploitation, low-budget version of those types of movies, also known as Savage Intruder. Now, this speaks to a different type of movie. This isn't what you would really expect. If you saw this cover, don't go in expecting a gore-filled, body part strewn horror film. So keep that in mind. I just liked flipping it over, so this is the reversible. I did that. Hollywood Horror House is about a drifter, some hobo guy who is also secretly a slasher killer, who finds his way to the house of an aging movie star and seduces her and becomes her servant, her nurse, essentially. Wheels her around on the wheelchair. She falls in love with the guy, and he's just using her for the money and the fact that he gets to live in a mansion like a king. He starts eventually bossing around the other servants and things like that. It's a really good movie, surprisingly good movie. I thought it was going to be kind of a low-budget cheeseball kind of thing. Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, but like super low budget. But I really enjoyed it. This has a really good special feature on it. Commentary with, I believe it's David Duvall and David Dakota. And that's the only special feature on here, a commentary track. But it speaks to the history of the movie. Now, what's her name? I gotta double check the name of the actress in here. Miriam Hopkins. I was not familiar with her, but she's actually an aged movie star. She was in a lot of movies in the 30s and 40s. Here she plays the lead, and she's fantastic in the role of the beleaguered aging actress who wants to recapture her youth and her career and be famous again. But she falls in with an evil loner drifter dude who just wants to take advantage of her. Great movie, great ending. Overall, a high recommendation here. Hollywood Horror House. I think the slip just ran out. But what a fun movie. I was surprised. I really, really enjoyed this movie. This is one of the better obscure Vinegar Syndrome titles that I have in my collection. So I highly recommend Hollywood Horror House if you have not gotten your hands on it. It's a 3-star for me. 3-star movie. And I think if you go in expecting a Hollywood drama with horror elements, a little bit of gore, I think you're going to have a good time with this one. It's really, really great. Really well directed. Really well acted. Overall, a winner. Okay, on to the post office. Okay. Let's go drop off a little package. Continue their day. Of course they have Hallmark cards here. I can imagine they have more than that.
Okay, finished up at the post office. Packages are away, and it's the perfect time to talk about the Mafu Cage. This I got through Run Flicks, Scorpion releasing. This is a very interesting movie, the Mafu Cage. I'd heard the title a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, but I had no idea what it was. Comes with this lovely slip. I don't know if the slip is still available. I know it was a limited situation, not necessarily a thick one, but it's nice to have something. Here's the I guess the original poster. The Mafu Cage is a very interesting psychosexual thriller. Best way to describe it. It's about two sisters. They grew up in Africa, so everything in their house has like African tribal artwork and meanings and connections and things like that. The younger sister, played by Carol Kane, in a masterful performance here. Amazing. Both sisters are great. Lee Grant is awesome in this as well. But Carol Kane, career-defining performance as an unhinged woman who, well, it's hard to describe what she does. There's a lot that happens in this movie, and it's all crazy stuff. There's incest, sister on sister. It's not so graphic that you know what's happening, but they start making out, and then the camera pulls away and leaves them to their business, if you know what I mean. It's very strange, very weird stuff. That's not the half of it. The other half of it is that Carol Kane's character, Sissy, is a psycho, and she loves monkeys. She wants pet monkeys. But her problem is, when she gets a pet monkey, she beats it to death. That's a problem. Of course, this gets worse when she always calls her pet monkey Mafu. She gets a new monkey. Oh, Mafu. This is Mafu's cage. That's where the title comes into play. Anyway, stuff gets worse, of course, when she starts mistaking humans as her next Mafu, as her next pet. And it gets really weird and disturbing. I will say it's a pretty slow beginning. Say the first 30 minutes is kind of slow and dry. But then it gets really intense and really bizarre, and the last 30 minutes is super chilling. I couldn't look away. I was like, wow, this is psycho on another level. I mean, animal murders, incest, psycho sisters, torture, enslavement, captivity, all that crazy stuff. The Mafu Cage is a hard watch. It's a crazy watch. It's not a movie for the timid. I'll say this. Ton of special features, by the way. You get a commentary with the cinematographer and the editor, and then you get interviews with Carol Kane, Lee Grant, and the director, female director here. Powerful stuff. This is a movie not a lot of people are talking about, but I highly recommend you check out Mafu's Cage. Word of warning, it could be considered a difficult watch. It's a little slow in the beginning, and it's got disturbing elements, but boy, what a thriller. Oh my god, shocker. Great ending. Overall, a fantastic movie. Highly recommend Mafu's Cage. The Mafu Cage, I should say. It is powerful stuff. Grab it when you get a chance, and while you're pondering that, let's head off to our next location.
Well, the movie section has moved. There's a big wall here. And then over here, we've got like oh, that's it. Just what the hell? That's it? What do you got? Oh, Friday the 13th Killer Cut. Nice. Yeah, just one wall. What? That's it for the movies? Wait. No. Okay, there's a couple little things here. There's that, and there's that. Are you kidding me? Can you believe that?
There used to be bunches of movies.
Yeah. What the hell? Well, physical media is being phased out. I mean, if this isn't a sign, I don't know what the hell is. It's one. Oh my god. There used to be like 8 of these. Now there's one. And just these 2 little dudes. No. Is that real? Look, there's more video games. There's more video games. Is that crazy? Well, I guess there's different systems, but still. There's more stuff for video games than there are for movies. This is it. Wow. Oh, man, that's crazy. That is disappointing. Can you believe this?
No.
Oh. Honestly, even the PlayStation section is a little picked over. There's like maybe 20 games here? What is going on with physical media? What do they even have in new releases? Oh, is this out? 17. Crazy Samurai 400 versus 1. This is a Musashi movie. I actually might buy this. Sorry, the awesome Tak Sakaguchi. I might buy this. Oh, Vanguard. This is a new Jackie. I'm gonna hold off. It's got mixed reviews. We'll see if I can find it on Amazon or something, you know, to watch streaming. And then if I like it, I'll pick it up. But Jackie's always good, but this has gotten kind of mixed reviews. These are here, the HDR They Live and Prince of Darkness. $28, so that's a lot. I'm not paying that. I'd like to see them in HDR, but I'm not dying to necessarily upgrade anytime soon. If I can get it for super cheap, maybe I'll grab Prince of Darkness. But, actually I probably won't grab them at all. I am kind of interested in the District 9 4K here, Steelbook. Is that $23? Yeah, $23. That's not bad. It's a little too high for me. I think I'm gonna grab this for $17 just to support physical media at Best Buy as much as possible. And then we'll head home and talk about our last movie, which is gonna leave your jaw dropped on the floor. Okay, pal, let's get to our last movie. But before I do that, I do want to mention one thing. I haven't decided 100% yet, but I may be starting a Patreon for this channel because I'm having monetization issues. Patreon is something I didn't really want to do anytime soon, but because Google is prohibiting me from monetizing these videos and making a living off of this content, I had to find another way to do it, or else I don't want to do it anymore, right? I mean, as much as I love chatting with you, this is not going to be financially viable to keep doing it without some kind of support. So for now, if you want to support me, buy me a coffee. There's the link down below. If you donate, you get to pick a movie for me to review on Mastercast Theater. I have a big backlog of movies I'm going to get to, but that's sort of the least I could do for somebody who wants to support the channel and your old pal Master Chaos. But back to Patreon. If I start a Patreon, what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide Review Roundup in half. So I normally do, 6 movies. What I will do, if I have the Patreon channel up and running, or the Patreon campaign, whatever the hell you call it, I will be doing only 3 movies on YouTube, and the other 3 movies, will be Patreon exclusive only. So, just an added bonus that I think I'm going to be doing when it comes to Patreon, and when it comes to offering something extra to these lovely people who choose to patronize me on that service. Just keep that in mind. If you like the Review Roundup, and you like sort of knowing what's good and what's not good in the physical media space, I'm going to be doing that for Patreon, so keep that in mind. Okay, let's go to our next movie. A couple movies. It's 2 movies actually. These are out of print, so that's the bad news. The good news is you don't want them. This is a Bat Pussy from AGFA. This recently went out of print, and it is awful. This is about as awful as it gets. This is technically an X-rated movie. It has nothing to do with Batman. I don't know why the hell it's called Bat Pussy, except for the fact that she wears a Batwoman costume. It has nothing to do with Batman whatsoever. Why is this a Batman ripoff? Why? I mean, it sucks. It sucks so bad. Essentially, it has the ugliest cast in a porno film ever. Ugliest, homeliest cast. Ugh. Essentially, a woman, a disgusting, freckled, old woman, and this dude with a flaccid penis are rolling around in a bed, complaining about how neither of them know how to give each other head, and how she's a prostitute, apparently. It's just the weirdest thing. They're just complaining to each other so bad. And then Batwoman jumps to the rescue because she thinks they're making a porno movie and she has to stop them. And then she joins them. It's a 50-minute movie, and I literally fast-forwarded through almost all of it because it's a one-shot angle of this couple rolling around in a bed for 50 minutes. I saw the Snyder Cut. This feels longer than the Snyder Cut. A 4-hour movie felt shorter than a 50-minute movie. Oh, this is so bad. It went out of print. Everyone went crazy for it. So did I. I fell for it. FOMO strikes again. This sucks so bad. I can't wait to offload this. I don't need this anymore in my collection. This was terrible. If you missed out on this, good for you. You don't need this in your life. It also comes with there's a naked person on the back, so I'll go like this. Yeah, to block it. It also comes with a second film, Robot Love Slaves, and it's just as shitty. I would call these kind of soft XXX because there's no penetration. There's kind of close-ups of genitals. There is a little fellatio, but there's no penetration or anything like that. No bodily fluids. They're all pretty tame, almost softcore movies that are just awful. Like, who gets off on this? Who would get turned on by this? So bad. So bad. Anyway, on that note, let's call it a day. I hope you enjoyed this review of Roundup, my friend. Remember, your friendly neighborhood Master Chaos loves you just the way you are. I mean that. You're important. You're special. You matter to this world. Remember that. And also remember that I'm selling the shit out of this movie, and I remain to be continued.